YouTube, how's it going? The Goat House is back with another episode of the NFL's top 100 players of 2020 voted by the fans. We went from 100 down to 21, had some surprises. If you haven't seen that, go check those videos out. We'll put a playlist in the comments for you guys to go check them out. I would recommend watching those first. But we're getting close to the end here. We are on to players 20 down to 11, so going through 10 players in this video. And then tomorrow, which is Sunday the 16th, the final top 10. A lot of surprises on the way. A lot of arguments and debates probably to be had in the chat, in the comments, for sure. How this was created, we gathered a group of fans. Each of them made their top 50 lists based on right now. So a lot factors into that. You know, people kind of get confused. Is it based on the past, the future? I mean, just everything built up, their experiences watching football just right now. And then we combined those lists, and then we got the top 100 list here, one big one. And for the most part, I think it's been pretty solid. You know, I think definitely better than what the players voted for, actually, which is crazy. But that's for everyone else to decide. But before we get started, here are the participants, 11 of them that voted. A lot of work went into making these videos here, so I appreciate these guys for playing along. We'll do more videos like this, and every year. We'll repeat them every single year, so other people can potentially get involved in things like these. A lot of fun here. And then 60K, that's our subscriber goal by week 1 of the NFL. Full NFL coverage in season, cannot wait. Weekly predictions, score predictions, power rankings, plenty more. We'll be talking live during games on Twitter, so that's a must follow. And then we have a podcast, link in the description and in the comments for anything that you may need there. Recapping the last episode, 40 through 21, Nick Bosa, Kevin Byard. We had 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks in Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers at 38, 37. J.J. Watt, Ryan Ramczyk, Ezekiel Elliott, Cam Jordan, Zadarius Smith, Harrison Smith at 31. Myles Garrett at 30, who had rankings all over the place. 29 for Tre'Davious White, Danielle Hunter at 28, Zach Martin 27, Chandler Jones at 26, Deshaun Watson 25, Ronnie Stanley, Jalen Ramsey, Tyreek Hill, and then Derrick Henry came in, a surprise, came in at 21 there in last episode. But 20-11. We're going to have some surprises today. Here we go. Number 20 is Travis Kelce, the Chiefs tight end, who recently got his extension. Well-deserved for sure. Highest rank was at 14th. And in the last episode, we've seen a lot of players that are quite a few in the first ones that had ranks from everybody. But here we're starting this episode with a guy that actually received a no rank from somebody. Remember, these people voted. They created their top 50, not 100, each of them top 50. So it makes sense that a lot of people had no ranks. But a bit of a surprising one, but was ranked as high as 14. And he finds himself at number 20 on the 2020 fan-voted list here. 19. It's Travis Kelce's teammate, Mitchell Schwartz, another Chief here. Highest rank was all the way up at 9, and another guy that received a no vote there from somebody. But Mitchell Schwartz, in my opinion, has been a pretty consistent and maybe the best tackle in all of football, a key piece to keeping Mahomes protected. And then we see on the players list, the actual list, he doesn't even make the list, which was mind-blowing in my opinion. And the fans look like they agree with me there because he falls in at number 19 on the list and had a high rank of 9 and some pretty good ranks there to get up to 19. So definitely agree with that one. 18, another Chief. Chris Jones, another guy that got his big contract extension this offseason, and he comes in at number 18. He had a high rank of 9 as well, and the lowest rank of he actually wasn't ranked by someone, which is very shocking to me. But to me, Chris Jones, I would rank him even better than 18. I think it's a dominant, I'd even call him elite defensive lineman. Was playing that 3-4 for a bit and was dominant. And in 1 year, switching to a 4-3, I kind of worried he'd maybe get a little less pressure coming from the inside. It's pretty much similar to the same position he's played, but just coming from the inside and just changing what's around you sometimes affects guys, but not Chris Jones. Dominant player, was key every step of the way when he was on the field, even in the Super Bowl. 18th. Definitely agree that he should be in the top 20. I'd probably put him, I'm kind of more in agreement with the person that put him around 9. I can't say I'd put him quite there, but around that range for sure. So could it be another Chief next? No, we're going to go with the New York Giants. SAQUON Barkley got some love. 17th overall player in 2020, according to the fans. Another one with the highest rank of 9, and some people did not rank him. So, yeah, a guy that I expect a little bit all over the place, but I expected a little more all over the place in terms of each person's ranking because We know what Saquon's capable of. We've seen the very good play on the field. We just want to see more of it. We want to see the kind of the total package Saquon Barkley. We know we're going to get it, but we haven't really got it yet. So, and that kind of factors in what's in your head, what are you kind of basing it off of when you're voting right now. So that's why I think he was kind of a little bit kind of all over the place in terms of the ranking, but we see the very high and the very low ranking. But comes in at 17, freaky dude at any given time, can be the best running back in football. He is number 17 best player in football, according to the fans. 16, TJ Watt, one of the better edge rushers in football here. Highest rank was up at 15, lowest rank at 34, and his highest rank was actually only one spot ahead of where he's actually ranked. So that might be one of the first times we've seen that in this list, but that's due to just having, because, not a crazy high rank, but pretty consistent and even ranks from everybody, as we see, 15 to 34, especially for guys up here, not that big of a range. For me, TJ Watt's been more impressive, better than I actually thought he would be at this point of his career. Very freaky, sometimes where he kind of has that bonus to his game where he drops back and almost can get his hands on the ball at times, kind of read the quarterback, which is very impressive, and he only can get better from here. So number 16, well-deserving of that. 15 on the list, Von Miller. Highest rank was 4, lowest rank was 40. So as you can see, everybody ranked him, which I would hope everyone would rank Von Miller. Everyone did, but a little bit split there. You see all the way up at 4 was the highest rank, high praise there, but he ends up kind of in 15. But it's not really splitting the difference. It's actually more closer to that 4 spot because everyone ranked him pretty well, as they should. Didn't really have too much help off the edge last year. Gets his teammate Bradley Chubb back, so could he have a more productive year? A little less stress on him, a little less focus on him, so he actually could have a more productive year for sure. And another guy at any given time can be the best edge rusher in football. Von Miller, 15 on the 2020 players list, voted by the fans. 14, Bobby Wagner, arguably the best inside linebacker in football. Highest rank 11, lowest rank 31. So a pretty consistent one. Everyone's in agreement on where Bobby Wagner should be ranked for the most part, and he comes in at 14. Freaky dude. For sure, controls that defense, more involved than, most middle linebackers, kind of just in there, being instinctive, letting his team know, his defense know what they see, sniffing out runs, getting in the backfield. But Bobby Wagner has a lot more to his game than that, in coverage, making plays, and actually getting at the quarterback in the backfield there as well. And it seems like he kind of shows up and makes those impact plays at the big time moments, which only the great ones consistently do. And that's what Bobby Wagner does. Number 14 on the list. 13, certain fan base not going to be happy with this. Maybe a shocker. Lamar Jackson, number 1 on the actual list, the players voted list, comes in at 13 on this list. Obviously still a good rank, still a high rank, but very shocking, and I'm going to say it's actually a low rank, in my opinion, for Lamar Jackson. We'll see what you guys think. Highest rank was up at 3. I'm actually surprised nobody ranked him at 1, to be honest. But 3 is a good rank. We had a couple people rank him up there, but there was actually some surprises. I mean, having a no rank is a shocker. Absolute shocker. I'm going to disagree with that. But then we actually had a couple people rank him below 30. So the no rank, some people think sometimes if a guy has a no rank, that one rank costs him, drops him down. And it did a little bit. I did the math here because I was curious. And the guys that were involved in this were curious. You take that no rank away, average out the rest of them, where would he be ranked? It'd be at 10. So not too much of a difference, but 10 is definitely a much better rank than 13. But as you can see, some of this group wasn't that high on Lamar Jackson, which was very surprising. And again, kind of going back to me saying, I'm surprised nobody ranked him at 1, because you can actually make a case. We're ranking football players here. We're not ranking guys by position. And if you're going to rank quarterbacks, obviously you're going to factor in the passing. And Lamar Jackson can pass. I hate when people say that he can't pass. He's getting better as a passer. But obviously because of the passing game, people are definitely going to rank, and when we're ranking only quarterbacks, Mahomes and Russell Wilson ahead of them at least. But we're ranking just football players. the best players here, regardless of position. Lamar Jackson can, we've seen him dominate. We've seen him control his team. He's what the game plan is based on. He is what the defense fears, what they're worried about, what they're focused on. And he's a dominant player. And it's a guy that you got to fear in multiple different ways. You got to be on your toes in multiple different ways because you don't know what is coming at you, because he can do several things at a very high level. We've seen the Ravens take that next step because of a guy like Lamar Jackson. The offense was changed because Lamar Jackson. The offense wasn't changed really in a way, I guess it was, but to help him really it was, but it's because they have this talented dude that he changes the offense, in my opinion. So I would definitely rank him much better, higher than 13. This was a bit of a surprise, but 13, at the end of the day, it's hard to complain too much because 13, we're talking all the NFL players. It's not a terrible rank here, but there was some surprises there. I'm sure you guys will be debating, arguing there in the comments about this one. Number 12, going to be Jamal Adams. I was a little surprised how high Jamal Adams was here. I wonder if going to the Seahawks factor in it at all. But the Seahawks' new safety is a big-time player at any given time. Another one of those players that can be the best at his position. Highest rank was 6, all the way up at 6. He actually had a couple ranks around the 6 to 15 range. Was a little surprising. Lowest rank was at 28. So everybody ranked him, and nobody ranked him past that point. So that is great. For Jamal Adams, a little surprising, even though I definitely agree that he's good. I like that, how valuable he is. People think safety. Safety's probably not that valuable. It's wrong because of guys like this that could play any safety position, could come up in the box, change the game. He's the one that could be getting in the offensive lines, the quarterback's head, pre-snap. He does everything. He makes the impact. He's a game changer and a playmaker anywhere on the field. So definitely deserving here. Can't wait to see him on the Seahawks defense there. He comes in at number 12 on this year's list. And the final one of this episode, number 11, going to be Quentin Nelson, arguably the best guard, maybe the best offensive line in football, even at his young age. Number 11 on the list. Somebody had him as high as 4. Somebody put him down at 31. So a little bit of a split there, but it's definitely compared to a lot of other guys in this list, I guess on the consistent side, but comes in at 11 and just misses the top 10, but I think we all know the top 10 players left, big-time playmakers, so I think that just shows how good Quentin Nelson is, that he's right there with those guys. And the scary thing is he actually can get better because he hasn't been really in the league that long. Things I like about Quentin Nelson, 2 things that stand out to me the most is that you can make a highlight tape out of him. When you're watching games, live games, your focus really never ends up being on the offensive lineman. You're more focused on the playmakers. But somehow we're all focused on Nelson because he's pancaking people. He's making these big-time plays. You notice him. You notice him so much. The second thing is the Colts offensive line went from worst to first when they got him, and there's more credit due to just Quentin Nelson. But sometimes you just need to find that last big piece to complete the unit and make everyone else better. And this is a prime example of that right there. And that's Quentin Nelson coming on the Colts offensive line, making that go from worst to first in that range. So that stands out for me for a guy like Quentin Nelson, well deserving of being up there with the big boys, even the playmakers at number 11. So interesting stuff here in this episode. You can let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm sure there'll be some arguments in the comments. Here's the schedule in case you missed the past days. What happened? They're already on the channel, but we have one more day left of rankings. The top 10 players in the NFL right now, according to fans, Sunday. We'll break them down. Even though you probably know, and if you want to go over to our Twitter and predict the top 10 in the exact order, somebody gets it. The first person that gets it, I can maybe give them some Discord access or something. So if we want to play along with that. But even though we know the top 10 players, you can probably figure it out. There will be some surprises. There's definitely going to be a big surprise at number 10 with something that has to do with who's at number 10. The 3 top receivers will be right in a row at some point, so that's going to be interesting. And I'm, curious to see what you guys think of the number 1 player according to fans. So I cannot wait for that. Again, these are the people. Some of them Twitter, some of them names, some of them usernames here. You'll see them down in the chat. You can ask them some questions if you want, but they helped out making this list, so very cool. Really love this series, and I'm hoping to do more things like this in the future and try to get other people a chance to be involved, so really excited about that. And we're really excited about this NFL season because we got you covered fully for the season. All kinds of predictions, score predictions, power rankings, more every single day. Cannot wait. Hopefully you can subscribe, click that like button, join us for all that content. That's going to do it for this one. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.